make it official right now. The first ever UFC Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. And I'm presenting her with her belt. And I'm announcing her fight.
I told Dana, look, I don't feel like I deserve it until actually, I win a fight in the octagon and Dana himself puts the belt on me. And he was like, look, this is what we did with WC guys. It's just the way that we operate. But I can't wait to really earn it in my own mind.
When Ronda Rousey steps to the octagon at UFC 157, she truly makes a mark in history. She represents not just the first female UFC champion. This is the first fight in the UFC's female division. This is a gigantic moment for Ronda Rousey, a gigantic moment for women mixed martial arts competitors, and a gigantic moment for the UFC.
Ronda Rousey continues to amaze me!
Anytime Ronda Rousey fights, it's truly an event.
She is a huge star. She gets more media than anybody else out there, and she's the reason that I was interested in doing this. She is mean, she is nasty, and she likes to finish people.
I don't fight to win matches. I fight to defeat the person. I want them never to want to see me ever again. And the way that you do that is by beating them in the most fantastic way you can.
Unbelievable! Ronda Rousey does it again!
I think every fighter needs to have a little bit of nasty. And Ronda Rousey may very well have a lot of nasty. She loves to fight. She loves to entertain. She comes from a world-class judo background. For an American woman to get a bronze medal in the Olympics and get a silver medal in the World Championships is virtually unheard of. She's the kind of person who really you can compare to Mike Tyson. She's a destroyer.
If you almost choke somebody and then stand you up, like, they can take a breath and they're fine again, If you can throw somebody flat on their back, the referee, that's still subjective. But if you break somebody's arm, it's broken. It's not subjective. You can get the girl to stand her up again, but she's got to fight the rest of her fight with one arm.
Ronda Rousey over and over and over again has used her superior submission skills to armbar opponents with the same move every single fight. There has not been a fighter in the history of the UFC that has won all of their fights the exact same way. She truly is a masterful technician.
Are you kidding me? 6 pro bouts, 6 first-round armbars.
Ronda Rousey has been on my radar since day one. We saw mistakes in her game, as well as we also saw that she was a gifted fighter.
There wasn't a single day I didn't turn on my Twitter and I didn't see Liz Carmouche being like, give me this fight, please, I want this fight. Every single day, hashtag Lizbos, hashtag Dykeforce, getting everyone behind her.
My fan club is the Lizbos. It's kind of a play on word between Lesbos and Liz. Started with trying to just get as many lesbians and the gay community support, and then we decided to branch it out to the fan base. We Twitter bombed Dana White until he could not stand us anymore.
Eventually, Dana was like, look, you get what you asked for, there you go.
Carmouche comes out storming.
Liz Carmouche is a very tough and well-rounded fighter. She's actually a former Marine, so she's not going to be intimidated easily by Ronda Rousey.
I'm not scared. There's nothing that I can do, nothing be done in the cage that compares to anything I experienced in Iraq.
She's a legit fighter, If it wasn't for like one tiny little mistake, she would have been the Strikeforce champion.
And the champion in trouble.
She was dominating Marlou for like 4 rounds that got caught like at the end, Silva Stunning style.
She has excellent power in her hands. She's won fights by knockout, and she has got to figure out a way to avoid that armbar and impose her own game.
I think psychologically she's the most vulnerable. I think that's the biggest thing, is this isn't going to be as easy for her as it was in the past. I've seen the moment when defeat occurs in my opponent, and I know that that's the time to go for it, whether it's that they hit me with their hardest punch and it did nothing, or I hit them with my hardest punch and I see them falling back, and you go in for that kill shot. I think it's the same thing. She's going to doubt herself.
If Carmouche can figure out a way to avoid the takedown attempts, avoid the clinch, and keep this fight standing, she may have an advantage over Ronda Rousey. We can truly see a Rocky moment.
I don't think a lot of people believe in me, and they don't think that I'm going to defeat her. I mean, certainly you see the odds, they're stacked against me, and I'm coming in as the underdog. As a lot of people say, just an easy person to armbar, and I'm okay with that. I look forward to proving everybody wrong.
Of course I'm going to defeat Liz Carmouche and everyone that comes after her. I'm going to retire undefeated, and there's nothing any of these girls can do about it. They can try. They're welcome to try. But it's just not happening.
Dan Henderson has a partial tear in his MCL. He tried to train, he tried to continue to work out. He saw doctors and there was nothing we could do.
I hurt my MCL, so I had to pull out of the fight against John Jones. First time I've ever had to pull out of a fight in 15 years.
For the first time in 11 years, we're going to cancel an event.
I was a little bit antsy and frustrated to have that happen and just have to move forward and be positive, and that's what I've been doing. I'm training hard.
Anytime you hurt your knee, especially as you start getting a little bit older, it can be a little bit harder to come back.
When I started coming back and training, it was just real slow, only certain things that I could do, and slowly started doing more and more. I feel like it's right on track and it's feeling good.
If Henderson beats Machida, Henderson will get the next shot.
Dan Henderson is the only man to hold belts in both Pride and Strikeforce, and to also hold 2 belts in Pride simultaneously.
Dan Henderson is an animal.
He has a who's who list of victories.
His last fight against Shogun was a classic. That will go down as one of the greatest mixed martial arts fights of all time.
His ability to separate men from their senses with one punch is literally like no one else inside the sport.
Dan Henderson possesses a right hand that is about as dangerous as any weapon out there in mixed martial arts today.
I always have at least one new secret weapon per fight. You know, hopefully it works on this one. If not, I'll have to hit him with my right hand.
Eu acho o Dan Henderson assim, lutador muito duro, cara que já passou por uma longa estrada. E eu sempre admirei o Dan Henderson, sempre gostei dele como lutador também.
Lyoto Machida is the epitome of a true martial artist. Karate literally runs through his blood. His father and his uncles all came from Japan and are masters in karate. He's been learning it since he was a young child, so he has the discipline, the mindset. He stays so calm when he competes.
People love Lyoto Machida. Wow! Wow!
Assim, meu carro-chefe sempre foi o stand-up, então o meu foco maior sempre é no stand-up. Mas lógico, como todo lutador de MMA, eu não posso me esquecer que a luta pode acontecer no chão também. Então eu me preparo para qualquer ocasião, mas sendo que a minha prioridade sempre vai ser a luta em pé.
He just does all the fundamentals extremely well. His ability to gauge range, his footwork, his ability to avoid wrestling in the open octagon, in the center of the octagon, is second to none.
Eu sei que o Dan Henderson é um cara que ele movimenta para frente, ele vem, mas assim, como eu digo, né, o meu trabalho de perna, a minha força também de cada golpe, eu acho que pode ser um freio para ele.
Lyoto Machida's striking is a little unorthodox. His karate style gives a lot of problems to many, many fighters. His speed, his range, and his ability to hit and not get hit.
Welcome to the Machida era.
Against Machida, you got to really stay in his face and make him fight you, and that's going to be the chess match. Me trying to cut him off and make sure that I stay in his face so he'll fight me.
Dan Henderson possesses a granite chin, a rock-hard right hand that can knock out anybody all the way up to heavyweight. However, the speed and footwork of Lyoto Machida could really pose a lot of problems for him that night.
Eu acho que a minha velocidade, ela é um ponto forte contra o Dan Henderson.
It's definitely one of his biggest assets is his quickness. He's quick, and you know, we'll see how quick this old man is too.
She's mean, she's nasty, and she's dangerous.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Carmouche comes out storming.
Oh, my goodness!
For the first ever UFC Women's Championship.
That's it! He's down! Dan Henderson is an animal. He kicked him in the face. Lyoto Machida!
This is history in the making.